Hello and welcome. Like most organizations, you're likely facing the ongoing challenge of safeguarding your business against the ever-evolving cyber threat landscape. So in this session, we're going to cover some new security innovations in Windows to help give you peace of mind. I'm Katharine Holdsworth, a Group Program Manager on the Enterprise and Security team at Microsoft. Our team is dedicated to making it effortless to leverage the robust layers of security built into Windows, empowering you to shield your employees, your data, apps, and services while optimizing efficiency. In today's world, where technology drives so much of our productivity, any device running software and accessing data is a prime target for attackers. Today's escalating cybersecurity threats can affect almost every aspect of our lives. A strong security posture is imperative for your business and a shared responsibility across our ecosystem. Of course, it's extra important for IT professionals out there. As Satya says, security is very much a team sport. And since Windows has layers of powerful security, and I only have a short time with you in this session, I'm going to highlight my top favorite new security features for commercial deployments. Each will have a big impact on your security posture and resiliency when you're configuring devices at scale. Let's start with some foundational principles and practices. You'll be hearing a lot about the Secure Future initiative, which puts security at the center of everything we do at Microsoft, guiding how we design, build, and test products, as well as operate services. The Secure Future initiative guides our Windows engineering teams as well. And since the beginning of Windows 11, we have been laser focused on hardware-backed security, as well as enabling powerful security by default. Ensuring that all devices have a consistent hardware security baseline is a top Windows security initiative. This is because the baseline is the foundation to give confidence for the rest of the Windows security layers. For reference, this list shows the requirements for all Windows PCs, includes features such as TPM, secure boot, and virtualization-based security. Copilot+ PCs offers the highest default protection of any Windows PC, including the Microsoft Pluton security processor, secured core PC protection, and Windows Hello enhanced sign-in security for biometric sensors. Security by default is another top Windows priority, with the goal of making your life easier by ensuring that PCs come with layers of Windows built-in security already enabled by default. I won't drain this list, however, a good example is BitLocker, which is enabled by default on most modern systems. And you will see this list continue to grow over time. The key takeaway is that people are protected by default. At the same time, we recognize and understand that our customers value the openness and flexibility of Windows. So our security defaults can be adjusted to meet your individual needs. In comparison, Windows 10 also has layers of protection, but many of them have to be enabled and configured by the user or the IT admin. We have confidence that the Windows 11 hardware baseline and secure by default strategy is raising the bar for your protection. In a recent study, businesses reported a 62% drop in security incidences with Windows 11. Customers are also telling us that new Windows 11 PCs provide better security and data protection than older devices, which is not surprising given the advances in technologies like biometric sensors, TPM, Pluton, and the support for virtualization-based security. With that backdrop, let's move to my top new security features to help you protect your data, identity, apps, and easily configure the OS with additional lockdown policies. So let's start with the new innovations for data protection. Personal data encryption for known folders, or PDE, is a new feature designed to protect files while a device is running or on standby. Known folders are the primary document folders that you see in File Manager. With PDE, individual files saved on a PC are encrypted and can only be accessed when an authorized person signs in with Windows Hello. PDE integrates with OneDrive and SharePoint on Microsoft 365 to allow for seamless collaboration, and from a user point of view, PDE is transparent and automatic. Enterprise developers can also leverage the PDE API to protect their app content, enabling IT administrators to manage protection using a modern device management solution like Microsoft Intune. Let me show you a quick PDE demo.
Personal Data Encryption, or PDE, is a new capability in Windows 11 using 𝗦𝗲𝗀𝗀𝗀 authentication. It generates a unique key to help protect by encrypting your files stored in the desktop, documents, and pictures folders. Protection is indicated by the lock icon, making these files only available during an active user session. If you are sharing a device with other users, with personal data encryption enabled, your files remain encrypted until you authenticate with 𝗦𝗲𝗀𝗀𝗀. And while local administrators or other users may be able to see folder and file names, they won't be able to decrypt and view the contents of your files, since these are protected by your 𝗦𝗲𝗀𝗀𝗀. Personal data encryption is easily enabled for Windows 11 via policy using a mobile device management service like Microsoft Intune. Personal data encryption works independently of BitLocker or any other volume-level encryption, but can be used along with it to achieve a double encryption solution for your data.
Next, I want to highlight the recently announced Virtualization-Based Security Enclaves, or VBS enclaves. A VBS enclave is a software-based trust execution environment providing protection for sensitive workloads such as decrypted data. When using a VBS enclave, most of the app runs as usual, while a sensitive portion can be securely executed within the enclave. The enclave is shielded not only from other system processes, but from the host application itself. You can now use the VBS Enclave API for your enterprise apps to help you secure your sensitive workloads. Let's now talk about what's new for identity hardening and multi-factor authentication. I recently read some astounding Microsoft Entra data which showed that 99% of the 600 million identity attacks each day are password-based. And the good news is that multi-factor authentication, or MFA, can help block most password-based attacks. Windows Hello is the built-in MFA solution for Windows, and with the latest Windows 11 updates, we've simplified the Windows Hello setup and extended it to protect passkeys. We've also used VBS to help isolate credentials by default and made enhanced sign-in security a requirement for supported sensors, as it provides a secure channel between the sensor and where the biometric templates are stored on the device. Almost everyone has a mobile device today which can be used to strengthen and simplify your MFA process. If your enterprise apps support passkeys, Windows now enables cross-device authentication, so users can also authenticate using a passkey stored on their mobile device. With Windows Hello and passkeys, we are working alongside the FIDO Alliance and many other partners to achieve a passwordless world where people no longer have to choose between a simple sign-in and a safe sign-in. So next I want to take a moment to discuss how two features I've just mentioned, VBS Enclaves and Windows Hello with enhanced sign-in security, come together to provide powerful hardware-backed security for Recall, a 𝗬𝗲𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀 feature in preview. Windows Hello Enhanced Sign-In Security is required to enable and access Recall, and VBS Enclaves provides isolation protect against user mode attacks. IT admins will be able to manage Recall using a modern device management service such as Intune. Okay, next on my list is a new feature called Delegated Managed Service Accounts, or DMSA, which enables you to move from password-based service accounts to a more secure alternative. With more users going passwordless, service accounts are increasingly targeted by attackers. Administrators can use PowerShell to migrate to DMSA in Active Directory, and Windows reroutes authentication to the new account type for the benefit of automatic credential management and rotation. Credential Guard can further secure DMSA, binding credentials and tickets to the specific machine. Next up, our work to remove NT LAN Manager, or NTLM, which addresses a huge ask from our security community as it will strengthen user authentication. Kerberos has been the default authentication protocol for a long time, but there are still cases where Windows falls back to NTLM. The reliability and flexibility of Kerberos has been expanded to reduce NTLM dependencies, and these changes are exposed through the Negotiate protocol, This is where we need help from developers to make sure apps or services are ready for the NTLM-less world by checking they are not hard coding NTLM and instead using Negotiate. Once this is done, Windows will use the most secure protocol available and your users and customers will be seamlessly more secure. Let's move on to talk about making apps and drivers more secure, as malware is often delivered via unsigned apps, making it all too easy for users' machines to get infected. So we're ramping up measures to help prevent these attacks. Printers and other office equipment are potential vectors for infection from unsigned apps. My next feature, Modern Print, is the preferred way for Windows to communicate with printers and doesn't require third-party drivers. This means a simpler, more streamlined and secure printing experience. Windows Protected Print Mode exclusively uses the Modern Print stack, and it adds additional security features like lower privileges for common print spooler tasks. Importantly, Windows Protected Print Mode could have mitigated over half of the past security issues in Windows Print, so we're keen to have you try it out soon to help ensure a secure and efficient printing environment for everyone. Now is the time to start isolating your enterprise Win32 applications. As the world faces a rising number of attacks that exploit new vulnerabilities, we are making preventative and containment measures easier for apps. Win32 App Isolation, a new Windows security feature, helps contain damage and safeguards user privacy if an app is compromised. It's the default isolation least privilege standard for Windows, establishing a security boundary with brokered resource access. With Win32 App Isolation, users give consent when an app tries to access undeclared resources like printer registry and file access. We recommend all apps, especially the popular ones, be secure by default. You can now isolate your Win32 apps seamlessly through Visual Studio. By using Win32 App Isolation to run apps with least privilege, you're in a great position to leverage an additional layer of security called admin protection. Today, people have full administrator access to their PCs by default, with the potential for apps, users, or even attackers to make unexpected changes that could compromise security, compromise privacy, or even give unauthorized access to data on the device or the network. The new admin protection has profile-separated admin and user tokens, enabling the user to gain just-in-time access to critical resources only when needed. As a result, admin protection significantly hampers the abuse of admin privileges. At the same time, users still have a flexible, personalized Windows experience, but with the added safety net of just-in-time admin access if needed and only when needed. Let me show you a quick demo.
When you choose to have standard user permission for a tight security posture, access to system resources is blocked. Users cannot even do some common tasks without help, like change the time settings, because in many cases the user won't have the IT admin password. This is great for security as malware and apps are also blocked and cannot silently change configurations. But at the same time, this is frustrating for the user and creates additional work for IT unless they have tools such as Microsoft Intune Endpoint Privilege Management. Administrator protection is a new solution with the security of standard users' permissions by default, where users can still easily make Windows system changes when needed. With administrator protection, if a system change requires admin rights, the user is prompted to securely authorize the change using Windows Hello. Once authorized, Windows creates a temporary isolated admin token to get the job done. This temporary token is immediately destroyed once the job is complete. This means admin privileges do not persist. Administrator protection minimizes the risk of the user making a change by mistake and, more importantly, helps prevent malware from making silent changes.
I have been running with admin protection for some time and it gives me peace of mind and a significant security boost. I look forward to you trying it too. Okay, let's talk about another security feature that protects the user experience while enabling flexibility. People love the freedom to enjoy their favorite apps, but malware likes to lurk in unsigned software. You've probably heard about Smart App Control, which is one of our newest features. It's great for consumers and it's great for small businesses that aren't configuring and managing security policies. Smart App Control helps ensure that only signed apps or apps predicted to be safe by Microsoft cloud-based AI can run on a device. Smart App Control is built on App Control for Business, which was formerly called Windows Defender Application Control, which many organizations are familiar with. IT-managed organizations can benefit from similar functionality using App Control for Business. This feature includes an app control policy wizard with a signed and reputable template that you can use to create your own custom Smart App Control inspired policy. This helps ensure that employees are installing only signed reputable apps, one of the top things you can do for system security. And with that, we do strongly recommend you sign your apps. Signing is a signal to Windows as well as threat detection systems that the app has a good reputation and is safe to run on your PC. The Windows security team has been working hard to make signing easier for you with our new Trusted Signing feature, currently in public preview, and is scheduled for general availability in the first half of 2025. Trusted Signing is a complete solution from Microsoft to make app signing simple and effective for all developers, including enterprise developers. It simplifies the signing process by managing all aspects of a certificate lifecycle, including the issuance from trusted Microsoft certificate authorities. Trusted Signing also seamlessly integrates with popular developer tools like Azure DevOps and GitHub, streamlining the process for you and reducing time. We'd love you to give it a go with your commercial apps as well. Now, let's talk about IT tools to enable OS lockdown and configuration at scale with a modern device management service, or MDM, such as Intune. You know how important it is that devices connected to your network are healthy and secure. With an MDM tool, you remotely and securely verify or attest critical artifacts pertaining to device health and TPM enablement. In addition, we now support MDM enrollment attestation to validate that the MDM certificate and the Entra ID primary refresh tokens are bound to the same device with the expected TPM. This helps ensure trustworthy enrollment of PCs to your network to protect corporate resources. Now that I've brought up MDM enrollment, let's take a few moments to talk about security policy management to help you streamline and manage security as your business grows and needs change. Microsoft provides you with an easily adopted Windows security baseline. These baselines are available in formats like GPOs or through Intune's security baseline feature, and can be modified to meet your organization's needs. Windows security baselines are an easy way to get started with securely managing your devices at scale. Speaking of making security management easier, Config Refresh is one of the most requested security features by commercial customers. Configuration drift can occur when a user or an app has made unwanted changes to a PC system registry. To address this scenario, Configuration Refresh helps enforce MDM-defined security policies by automatically returning PC settings to the preferred configuration. Because Config Refresh works locally on the PC without needing to connect to the MDM, devices can self-manage settings drift even when offline. Configurations refresh at 90-minute intervals by default. IT admins can also pause Config Refresh for troubleshooting purposes on individual devices if needed, and if an admin forgets to resume the feature, it will automatically restart after 24 hours. My last topic is Zero Trust DNS, one of the new features coming soon to Windows 11. Most network destinations are defined by long-lived domain names instead of long-lived IP addresses. However, enforcing domain name boundaries is challenging as it requires breaking encryption or intercepting plain text traffic. When enabled, Zero Trust DNS natively restricts Windows devices to approved network destinations by domain name. Outbound IPv4 and IPv6 traffic is blocked by default and won't reach the intended destination unless it is resolved by a trusted, protected DNS server, or an exception is configured by the IT admin. If you are an enterprise interested in being part of our Zero Trust DNS private preview for Windows 11, please go to this link, aka.ms/ztdns, to learn more. So while configuring security, protecting identities, using reputable apps, and setting OS policies are crucial to maintain a secure and resilient enterprise, keeping devices up to date with the latest patches is paramount. As an IT admin, you'll be under pressure to reduce disruptions during critical security patch deployments, yet everyone knows it's a best practice to always have the latest updates installed. The latest Windows 11 Enterprise Hot Patch feature enables Patch Tuesday updates without a restart, ensuring immediate security with minimal interruptions. Windows Hot Patch helps keep devices in your commercial deployment secure, reduces cyber attack exposure, and helps manage user satisfaction and support costs. Each new release of Windows adds more security, so it's the best practice to be running the most up-to-date software on all your devices, both at work and at home. And Hot Patch makes it easier at scale for commercial environments. And that's a wrap. Those were my top Windows security features for Ignite. To learn more and to dive deeper into our Windows chip-to-cloud security, please check out the latest Windows security book, which has just been updated in time for Ignite. And for your easy reference, here is a quick summary of what I covered and links to where you can learn more. Our Windows security team is dedicated to empowering every individual and every organization on the planet to achieve more. We want Windows to be an important part of your team, and we value your feedback as we continue to evolve. Thanks for tuning in.